Welcome, everybody, to the City of Hudson, Wisconsin Public Utilities Commission meeting for Tuesday, August the 12th, 2025. We'll begin with the roll call, please.
All righty. Tom Bystricky, Joyce Hall,
Here.
Andy Hayes,
Here.
Pat Nolan,
Here.
Susie Coram,
Here.
Dave Preisel, and Scott Snyder.
Here.
Well, the next
Okay.
thing we do is we approve the meeting minutes for our last meeting, which
So
was
we do
on
have a
July
quorum, so-
8th.
Okay, Pat. Oh, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? I froze up here or something.
Okay, so we have the roll call. We have a quorum. So the first order of business is to approve the minutes of our last meeting, which is on July 8th, 2025.
Move
I
to
have a
approve.
Motion to approve?
Second?
I'll
All in
second.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Passes.
Okay, thank
Then
you,
we
everybody.
have- So we've got our new business. The first new business thing on the agenda is the pay application from VisiSure for the work on the 11th Street project.
Okay, so in your packet, we have a pay application in the amount of $136,669.85 for the slip line and the grouting on 11th Street. After this payment, we will just be retaining a 5% retainage on this project. So we usually do that for a couple months just to make sure everything, what they did holds and everything's good on our end and that we're acceptable of it. So I am asking for your approval on the pay application for visual sewer in the amount of $136,669.85.
Kip, quick question.
Sure.
Had they finished some time ago, or because I saw the trucks when I was?
No, they were waiting for the iron. So when they put 11th Street down, they blacktop right over the top of all of our manholes. They over the top of all iron. So all of the manholes, valve covers, everything gets blacktopped over, and then they come back through and raise those.
Yep.
So once they raised them, that's when Visual Sewer could get back in and finish up. They just had the stretch from Laurel to Wisconsin Street that they finished up. They either finished, I apologize. I've been out of work for the last 2 days sick. So
Yeah, I saw them there Thursday and Friday. So I think that's where they were working, finishing that stretch. You just froze up, Kip.
they're finished up freezing up here. Okay, did everybody hear that? I apologize.
You froze up. I think they just finished up last Thursday, Friday. I saw
Yeah, they should have just finished up either. I think it was last Friday. I think was their last day here.
Yep.
So it was either going to be that or Monday. So, but they are all up. Everything's up to good to go on that on the pay app.
Perfect. Thanks.
Yep.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Say
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. So the next order of business is the Market Johnson pay application number 4.
Okay, Market and Johnson pay application number 4 in the amount of $512,453.99. You've got the application and certificate for payment, which is from Market and Johnson, that has been the work that has been completed. Then you got the continuation sheet just of what they're asking for. So we are looking for a motion on the $512,453.99.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next order of business is the renewal of the Washington County Sheriff's Office antenna space lease on our tower.
Okay, so up on our Hanley Water Tower, Washington County Sheriff's Office has an antenna located up there. It has always been used primarily for, obviously, Washington County, but I believe our fire department and I believe our police department also use that just for communication and whatnot. They are on a 6-year term lease to be up there. The current rent is $1,000 per month that we bill quarterly. Washington County is asking for a reduction in rent to $1 with their explanation included in their letter of application. So if you see in there, when I talked to Nate Tim, they've been up there for since I've been here. So probably 10 years, maybe even longer than that now. If you read the last paragraph, it says Washington County has recently assisted St. Croix County with being recognized as an independent user of the Minnesota Radio Network. As such, radios owned by St. Croix County and cities within will no longer be charged the Washington County user fee and will now be maintained by the St. Croix County Emergency Communications Radio Technician. I am hoping this recent change may result in another reduction or elimination of our monthly lease payment. So the way I understand that is Washington County in the past has charged St. Croix County, which in turn kind of made us charge Washington County back, if that makes sense. So from what I'm understanding now that St. Croix County is now going to be responsible for all this, it's still going to be Washington County's lease. But St. Croix County would be doing all of the maintenance and stuff on it, I guess. But Washington County will no longer be billing St. Croix County for any of these services. So they are looking for a reduction. We do allow St. Croix County on our tower up on not up on Hanley.
Wisconsin?
Up on Hanley. It's right through the cut.
Yeah.
Up there, or O'Neill. I'm sorry, O'Neill. We do have St. Croix County on that tower. We do not charge St. Croix County to be up there because it is obviously a service, an emergency service, police service, and things like that are using that. And when St. Croix County approached us about putting towers up, they've got antennas on that tower, and they've also got equipment, a lot of equipment in the bottom of our tower. And we do not charge them space for any of that. So I guess it's completely up to this board what you would wish to do. Do you want to maintain the $1,000 a month lease? Do you want to eliminate the lease? Do you just want to lease it for $1 so there is at least a paper trail of this? I guess I'm leaving it up to you guys with what you want to do at this point.
What's typical in the industry amongst your peers, Kip, between county and local municipalities?
I mean, obviously, we try to help each other out as much as we can.
Yeah.
You're taking money out of one pocket, putting it in the other. With that, it's different with your carriers. Obviously, with your Verizon, AT&Ts, T-Mobiles, that's a completely different ballgame.
Right.
Like I said, we do not charge St. Croix County for being on our tower, but we do charge Washington County over in Minnesota to be on our tower. So I guess it's completely up to you. It is $1,000. I mean, it's $12,000 a year we're charging Washington County for that service, or for the space. I guess I would say.
It's their infrastructure.
Well, yeah. I mean, they own the antenna, they own the cable, whatever else they have in that facility, to transmit signals and things of that nature. So they do own all that. The only thing we're renting is space, period.
So this doesn't cost the utility any money.
Nothing.
It would just be a reduction in revenue that we're looking at.
Right. Yep.
Question I have is in the letter, it says St. Croix County will no longer be charged the Washington County user fee. Do we know when that will take place, or has?
I'm assuming that I don't know. I do not have that answer, Andy. I'm assuming it's either taken place or will be shortly.
Do we want to make a motion then that we can reduce it to $1 when St. Croix County?
Oh, sorry, I just realized I was on mute. I'm sorry, I have a couple more questions. I'm sorry, Joyce, I was on mute.
Okay.
Yeah, I apologize. So it's saying that St. Croix County will no longer be participating in the Washington County plan. So we're not getting services for free. Is that the correct understanding there?
Are you asking? I don't know the ins and outs of Washington County and St. Croix County's contracts.
Okay.
I have
Yeah,
no
it
idea.
just
That's
fall under the
simply
SCT
between them.
Farmer Participation Plan, and will exit the Washington County plan. So it's
Right.
not a reciprocating kind of like, we're on your tower, we're on, you're on our towers. So, so we should just void it out. They obviously helped with something here, not really understanding exactly what it was, but, so my only question with that was then, when there's maintenance that has to happen, are people always just take the antennas down, or do they send somebody to take those down when maintenance happens?
No, when maintenance happens, we're notified that they will be entering the tower, because obviously all of our towers are alarmed. So they notify us that they will be entering it. They're all certified tower climbers, I guess is what you'd call them. The guys that are certified to be able to climb these towers, to work on these antennas and things like that. So yeah, it's just not, some guy showing up and, climbing up there and working on it. But,
No, I was just wondering if we had any responsibility, but we don't. They take care of the maintenance.
We have
so
zero responsibility.
Yeah. So when we have to maintain the towers, do painting and repairs and things like that, then they send their own people over to bring them down and put them on temporary posts and all that.
Correct. All of that is at whosever antenna it is, it's at their expense to remove that. And then actually it has to, so like when we do a tower, the antennas come off, they have to be painted the exact same color that we're painting the water tower. So all that comes, if that's all at their expense. We do not pay for any of that.
Okay, thank you.
I think this is pretty straightforward. It's another government entity just asking for a little bit of leeway, on $1,000 lease. We can table this, and we could bring this back next month, and I could have Nate join us, where he would be able to answer all of your questions instead of me just trying to guess at them. I guess that's completely up to you. I didn't feel it really necessary for Nate to be here today. I wasn't sure if there was going to be a lot of questions or not. So you're more than welcome to take. You can either act on it or you can table it today, and I can have Nate come back next month. The land lease agreement isn't up, and it's going to be coming up really soon here, November 14th or November 13th. But if we're a day or two off, I'm not going to, freak out about that if we don't have a contract with them signed exactly when this one expires.
I think for me, it's because it's, at some point in time, they felt like it was a value of $1,000 a month, which was a lot of money. And, I was just kind of curious why it was so high, I guess, to begin with.
From what I remember, this is a long time ago, but we looked at what we're charging carriers per month.
Oh, sure.
And I think we just kind of prorated it based off of that is what we came up with. I think just $1,000 was just an easy number to say. Washington County at the time agreed to it because, of the situation back then. But I think everything is changed now. So they're asking is coming due. And we need to renew. They just wanted to throw this out there. So
sure. I'm okay with moving forward with a vote today on this. If everybody else is, I'm okay with letting.
I'm all for it as long as St. Croix County is not being charged Washington County user fees. If we go ahead and say, all right, we can terminate it or do $1 a month, I just wanted confirmation as to when St. Croix County will no longer be charged those Washington County fees.
Yeah,
you can put that in your motion. You could make a motion, something like, we're going to change the lease agreement to $1 a month, pending, no fees charged to St. Croix County, or I guess
effective the same date that St. Croix County is no longer.
Andy's point, it'd be good to verify that.
Yeah, no, and I agree. I would have to talk to St. Croix County just to make sure that everything. Or first, I talked to Nate. Just he I mean, this is what he does. He's the radio system manager for Washington County. So obviously he knows way more about this than I do. So, I mean, I'm fine putting that in a motion. You know, as soon as we get confirmation that St. Croix County is no longer being charged, that's when the new lease would start at $1 or $100, whatever you guys decide.
I think it's a good idea to have a nominal payment just for tracking the contract.
Mhm.
I agree.
So I'll make the motion that that we renew the contract at $1 per month for the lease, effective at the same month that, or the new rate will be effective the same month that St. Croix County's new rate goes into effect.
Okay.
Unless it's already in effect earlier. That
And it could be. It very well could be. And if it is, that's good. Then we'll just sign the current lease, you know, when it's in November, and we're moving forward. So
right. So yes. Okay. So then the earliest would be starting November 14th, because the current one starts. Yeah, that's when the new one starts. Okay.
Yep.
I'll second that.
Everybody got that motion?
Mhm.
We'll let Jace figure it out in the minutes.
He'll love that.
Right?
All in favor, say aye.
Oh, did we have a
Aye.
second on that? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I
Oh,
second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we do need a roll, or we do need a vote on that.
Well, everyone in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Check with the St. Croix County.
Yep.
Okay, so we got the project updates is the next.
Okay,
item.
so project updates. I'm not going to read all this. There's a lot in there for you guys to digest. The Deer Path Tower is done. We are back online, which is awesome. Everything went very well with that project. I was extremely impressed with Viking Industrial Painting. Very, very few issues. We had no complaints on that job anywhere. Which is huge. I mean, that was a big undertaking, you know, to do in a residential neighborhood. So, you know, kudos out to Viking Industrial Painting on that. But so basically the tower is done. It's back online. We'll actually, well, you won't see it, but the next steps are to get the antennas back onto the water tower, like we just talked about. So those are in the process right now of being painted. We're coordinating, you know, with all the carriers that are up there on when they can get off of their temporary poles, get back up on the water tower. And then, you know, within a couple of months, we should just be back to normal again. So the water tower is finished. So that's great. You've got a whole bunch of progress reports that I'm not really going to go through with the utility building expansion. You can see there's a bunch of great pictures in there of where they're at. The walls are up and completely done. I'm assuming now, and I'm not a engineer when it comes to designing or doing these buildings, but the walls are all up. I'm assuming now the roof goes in or the floor. I'm not sure. So they're continuing to work on that. Haven't not had a lot of hiccups on this either. Everything's been going pretty good. We have been saving some money along the way with different things that we're doing. So that's a positive. So if there is any questions on the utility building expansion, like I said, there's probably about, I don't even know, you know, 10, 15 sheets in there for you to just kind of page through that you can see what's going on. The other thing that I did want to mention is that we have been actually for the past couple of months flushing hydrants, turning valves, and we are also GISing the village of North Hudson right now. So there is a couple fixtures in there. The guys out flushing hydrants, they're doing the GISing in that middle picture. And then you can kind of see the third picture to the right. That's a curb box. So what we're finding in the village is a lot of buried curb boxes. So the guys have been extremely busy this summer finding these curb boxes and then getting them back up to, you know, to the height that they need to be so they're not buried. We've had a lot of questions from residents on what we're doing in their yards. And once my staff explains to them the necessity of this box, they actually understand and they're very thankful that we're out there doing that. And, we try to tell people, please do not cover these boxes up, because that is our only way to shut the water off if you have a leak in your basement or something like that. We've had numerous circumstances where we've gotten a call from the resident. They have a leak in their basement. It's before their valve. There's nothing they can do. They can't shut anything off. We need to come in and shut it off. And we had one instance where it took us 3.5 hours to find the curb box in order to shut that off. And the whole time their basement was just filling up with water. So, the importance of these boxes might not seem a lot to people, but they're extremely important, if you don't know what they are. So if you don't know, please ask. So anyway, we are going through and doing all that. So I guess that's pretty much project updates. You can just kind of go through unless anybody had any questions on anything specific. It's just kind of got a bunch of information in here for you. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, then we can move on to 5.
Number 5 is other business for informational purposes only or for an upcoming agenda.
I did not have anything unless any commissioner had anything. Okay.
I guess not. So next would be number 6, utility and water, sewer, utility cash reports.
Yep, cash reports are in there just for your information. You can kind of just see where we're at.
How come May is so high compared to the other months? Well, I guess February is high too.
Because a lot of that just depends on when billing goes out and comes in.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. When we send out, 9,000 plus utility bills, it'll skew our income a little bit.
Sure.
So.
Yep. Gotcha.
Okay. Any other questions on?
That brings us to number 7, discussion and possible action on claims.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes. And we have the final thing is our adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. I guess we're adjourned. Thank you, everybody.